Hello everyone, I'm Morgan and today I wanted to review Real Life by Brendan Taylor, which is one of the books that has been shortlisted for the Man Booker Prize. I follow this prize a lot and I say every year that I'm going to review every book on that list, but I don't do it. So today I am actually making it, I won't review every book because I already DNF'd one. But I will review the ones I actually finish. So this first one, Real Life, is about Wallace. He is a PhD student in the United States. He is a black gay man and he is one of the only black people on this campus. So you can already see what this book might be about. So it's kind of about racism, but not only. It's about Wallace and his life, how he doesn't really feel like anything is happening to him. I mean, he just doesn't feel things that much. He is not going downwards, but he has problems. He doesn't really feel things anymore, and he starts talking about that with his friends and they don't really get it. I mean, they sort of do, but they're like, it's not the kind of thing you talk about. Normally you keep that thing to yourself. But he is opening himself about that and also about racism a little bit. And his friends are not all bad, but they never stand up for him. And they're not racist, at least not all of them, but they never call out the racism of some of their friends, so it's not cool at all. And so many scenes made me mad, but that's not all, you know, like so Wallace has also had a crazy past. There's a scene with a particular person of his family that just killed me when he was a kid, and how, like, what happened to him, it was just awful. And I don't know, just to see him try to make sense of things and also trying to rationalize all the racism that he's experiencing, and he's trying to find a reason, but at the same time he knows there's no reason why people act like this with him. And that's something that's terrible but also kind of relatable, I guess. And I felt for him so much. At the same time, I mean, I did think this book was incredibly sad, but also I loved the writing. Like, it was so easy to read. I mean, it's not a long book, it's like 320 pages. So you do get through it pretty quickly, but also the way it's written is just beautiful. Like this kind of somewhat lyrical, but mostly sparse writing that I tend to like. And I don't know, it just works so well for me. And he also started to have this relationship with one of his friends, and you're not really sure if that guy is gay or if he's not. He is still not really sure, Wallace, so there's that also. And he does talk about his lab work that he does, because he's a biology student, so PhD student, and some people actually are really hard on him in his department. And there's this one particular girl who just basically hates him, and just because one time he criticized her, she keeps coming back and doing bad things to him. And so she started complaining about him to one of his supervisors, and he couldn't even answer, like say that he hadn't done the things that he was accused of. And people just always believe the worst of him, and even though he just did everything right, it still wasn't enough. And I hate when things are like this, when there's just so much injustice. So I don't know, but at the same time, like, you see that he just doesn't know what to do anymore. Like, should he fight? Should he not? Is it worth it? Does he know? No, he doesn't. He just wants to live and feel again, and I don't know, it's just such a beautiful book, and I thought I would love it, and I did. And so just, it's such an amazing book. Like, really, you should read it. And I don't think anything will top this book for me in the Man Booker shortlist, but who knows. But yeah, just a great book, but also a hard read, definitely. Like, there are so many hard topics covered in this, but yeah, at the same time, as I said, it's really easy to read, so it's kind of weird in that way, but I think it's amazing. So that's the important thing in the end. But I would understand if you don't want to read something this depressing. However, there's also this scene, like, towards the end of the book where he is talking with another girl of his promotion, I don't know, of his class, sort of, and she is Asian, so not black, but she was like, of course I feel racism just like you. And he just realized that he wasn't actually alone, and that often because he's black, he thinks he's the only one who gets racism, but that isn't the case at all, and she feels exactly the same. It's just that she hasn't the same cliche put on her, like Asians are supposed to be like hardworking and sort of like that. And I thought it was really interesting, actually, because I also didn't really think about it. I mean, we don't really know that much about this character, but still, that was an interesting thought. And I don't know, there are so many things that I liked about this book. I could talk about it a lot more, but I think it's enough right now. So yeah, just, yeah, read this book. It's such a masterpiece. Yeah, and I cannot wait to read more by Brendan Taylor. That's all I have to say for today. Thank you for watching. Please tell me if you have read this book or any of the other books on the Man Booker shortlist, as I would love to know. I'm so interested in this award. I typically like the Man Booker nominees and winners because they're like good books, but also just sort of experimental usually. I mean, this one actually isn't real life very experimental, but it is a beautiful book and it's amazingly written, so I see why it's on the shortlist. So yeah, that's all for you for today. Thank you again for watching, and I hope to see you in another video. Goodbye. Dream I know, deep up my feet.